Attention please. You have been revived from cryo-sleep prematurely due to an unresolved malfunction which requires immediate attention. Please proceed urgently to cryo control for further instructions. Cryo deck level 0 forward. Port. Cargo hold level 0. Port cargo hold level 1.
Accelerating for 4 weeks now, and I have completed the final inspection before the big freeze. All PX vitals are good. All chambers are reporting 100% power. The simulations are now under control of the manager AI, and each simulation has wow, almost 1 year to the minute since I logged last. How's up for operating a tight schedule? Go Breakthrough Initiative Incorporated has done a thorough check on all simulations. All passengers stable, all environments stable. The AI manager in Europe reported that the birth rate had generated more non-players. Waited 15 minutes to log this so I get it dead on 10 years later to the minute. It feels good to have things run like clockwork. All 43 passengers on port deck level 1 accounted for. Unplanned unfreeze caught us all by surprise. A radiation burst as we passed New Alpha Centauri nearly knocked all our systems offline, despite all the shielding. Some of the passengers were affected. Things are back to normal. Schedule back to spot on. All passengers accounted for. But we did have 2 medical events in the cryo chambers which required emergency reanimation by the medical team. But not on my desk, so I only heard about that yesterday. We are now decelerating strongly in preparation for the ride. In about 10 years, we will arrive in the Proximus Centauri system, our closest neighbor with a potentially habitable planet, Proximus 1b and New Home. New Haven next. I'm very excited. Cars, microwaves, planes, man, I have missed those, although only when I'm unfrozen, of course. The final few months will be in a simulation of Proximus 1b itself, a realistic alien planet simulation, with all passengers finally on location requiring to harness all the skills learned over the past 40 years to survive the hostilities of the new world. Hope it equips us for the real deal. At least we'll have our lifetimes of memories all integrated. As Captain Jen said yesterday, we are making history every day, all 24 ships. Our favorite. Beta 21 is only one, and only 238 people. But altogether, if all 24 ships arrive safely within 3 weeks of each other, we will have had our most significant moment in history. 5,500 new colonists, a new world, a new world.
locked or disabled. To cryo deck level 1. Port, locked or disabled. Warning. This area can only be pressurized when the airlock is secured. Cryo chamber malfunction. Premature reanimation. Check CR-129. Sue Logan. Warning. Airlocks can only be operated when personnel are equipped with the pressure suit. Cryo chamber malfunction. Premature reanimation. Check CR-129. Sue Logan. Cryo chamber malfunction. Premature reanimation. Check CR-129. Sue Logan. Warning. This airlock can only be opened when the other airlock is closed. Shuttle cargo hold. Level 0. Warning. This airlock can only be opened when the other airlock is closed. Shuttle cargo hold. Level 0. flight operations. Level 1. Hello, Sue. This is the Navigator Artificial Intelligence Subsystem. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please enable the link to the navigation system on the cockpit terminal. Okay, thank you. Link established. Now please proceed to the Flight Operations Terminal and enter the navigation system. Good job. As you can see, the size approach vectors are way off. I do not know why. I cannot access the system for some reason. I need your help to do it manually. The Saya is heading directly towards the approach star, a main sequence red dwarf. Correct the approach trajectory angle and deceleration rate to correctly align the ship to slingshot around the star and enter a stable orbit around the destination planet Proxima Centauri b. When both the trajectory angle and deceleration rate are normalized, you can hit the confirm button to lock it in. There is a problem. The approach vectors are now correct, but I am unable to reduce power to the engine on the starboard cargo deck. At this velocity, we will slingshot the star safely, but likely impact the surface of the planet. This is not an ideal situation. There are 238 passengers on board, including crew, at risk. My systems have also been compromised for some reason, and I do not know why. I am analyzing this still. I will continue to troubleshoot further, but perhaps you can review system logs in the cockpit and see if you can find out what happened. I cannot access system logs directly myself yet. Audio suppressed on this entry. Audio suppressed on this entry. Audio suppressed on this entry.
I, the ship's captain, and selected crew on a rotational basis were reanimated from cryosleep successfully. The ship was inspected and preventative maintenance applied. See maintenance logs and engineering for more details.
SIA communication module received an unexpected and unplanned communication from the orbital platform at Proxima Centauri B at 0:04 and 26 seconds. Communication packet was encrypted and had priority control override authentication status for captain's eyes only. Navigation AI notified the holographic manager AI on port controlled cryo deck to reanimate captain.
We are still 3 weeks from arrival at the orbital platform, and yet a premature communication package was received. I have reviewed the communication, and it appears there is a surprising and an amazing development on Proxima Centauri B. An orbital lander returned to the platform from the surface after a routine pre-landing prep survey several days ago, reporting the finding of a form of alien life on the surface. Details are sketchy, but this is amazing. Early surveys have never detected anything, but given this was the first manned survey vessel to the surface, that may have made the difference. It was understandable we were notified, along with all the other cryo-transport vessels already docked at the platform or en route behind us. Before reawakening the crew, I have been advised to wait for a further comms package scheduled in 1 day with more debriefing information. PS feel like crap after this reanimation. Took a whole day to get further word from the orbital platform. Something has gone wrong. The life form was brought from the surface for analysis, but people started acting strangely shortly thereafter, despite having no physical contact with it. The entire platform has been quarantined, so several cryogenic transports are now docked but unable to board, and therefore unable to reanimate their passengers and crew. And this could last for weeks. I have been 2 whole weeks with nothing, no comms, complete dead silence, and I'm worried as hell. The navigator AI identified a small survey pod a few hours away, heading directly on an intercept course from the orbital platform. Perhaps the comms array was damaged, and they are sending information manually. We will know in a few hours. The pod will dock with the SEA directly into the starboard hangar. I will be working from the research bay for the next set of updates. PS still have not reanimated the crew. Feeling anxious about not doing that, though. Current orders remain, however, but at some point my own discretion overrides, certainly if the pod doesn't offer anything more illuminating.
Audio suppressed on this entry. Sue, I found something. Please come back to the flight operations terminal. Hello, Sue. I have managed to get access to the starboard cryo deck. It's all currently unpressurized, but all passengers are secure. However, I have found a life signature outside a cryopod. Here. A conscious life signature. Somehow alive in a complete vacuum. I suspect it is Captain Dren. His is the only other cryopod that is empty. I'm not sure what he is doing. Maybe he was trying to shut down the engines too, but you need to find him and help him do this. Otherwise, we will impact the planet. The airlocks to the starboard cryo decks have been barricaded. The only way is from the outer hatch airlock. You can only get there via a shuttle. I'm afraid you are going to have to take a shuttle out of the port cargo deck hangar and manually fly and dock to the starboard side to gain entry. I have mapped a path for you. There is a lift down to the hangar on the other side of the vehicle cargo bay on level 2. It will take you down to the hangar. The shuttle AI will manage the trip for you. She has been advised. From here fly the shuttle and dock with the starboard outer hatch. I do not have full visibility of what is happening there, but I will remain in contact when you get to the other side to help you find the captain and shut down the engines. But please hurry, time is running out. I will be in touch on the other side. cargo hold. Level 0. Warning. This airlock can only be opened when the other airlock is closed. Chamber malfunction. Premature reanimation. Check CR-129. Sue Logan. Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proxima Centauri. Hull temperature maximum has been exceeded. Divert path immediately. Locked or disabled. Cargo hold level 2.
minutes of air remaining. Minutes of air remaining. Five minutes of air remaining. Warning. Flight management control is unmanned. Emergency egress mode has been enabled. Departure sequence cannot commence until hangar doors have been opened. Departure sequence initiated. Please stand by for manual control. Emergency egress complete. Autopilot disengaged. Emergency inertial dampener is triggered. Emergency inertial dampener is triggered. Please take extra caution to avoid collision as these dampeners have limits. Shuttle autopilot has been initiated. Please wait until the shuttle is docked. Please do not touch any flight controls during the procedure. Shuttle has been docked. Please note airlock docking requires extra vehicular activity. Please ensure your pressure suit is operational. 4 minutes of air remaining.
Warning. This airlock can only be opened when the other airlock is closed.
Three minutes of air remaining. Ten minutes of air remaining.
I am glad to see you managed to get here safely. Thank you for reconnecting me to the starboard cryo deck system. Searching for Captain Dren. I cannot detect any life signs in the engine room. I can confirm the life sign identified previously. It is in the research bay area where the survey pod docked with the Saya. Hopefully this is where Captain Dren is. I cannot hail him. Please go direct to the research bay. I will reconnect the terminal to the deck systems. Get a headset along the way so we can remain in contact. I have unlocked some of the doors on the way to the crew quarters on the upper level. That's the best route. As before, please hurry. I see you are on the lower forward cryo deck. There are no portable power receptacles here, so the only way out is to try the ventilation ducts again. There should be one in the observation room over the storage bay. Give it a try. Looks like the duct cover is stuck. Try hit it a few times with something heavy. Look around the cryo deck. There should be an emergency cryopod release tool, heavy enough to do the job. You are now in the starboard crew quarters. You will need to power up this section too, in order to get upstairs to rover control and open the door to hydroponics. Great. You are now in the aft rover bay, starboard side. The doors here are also powered off, so you'll need to climb through to the forward rover bay again. the forward rover bay. As with the port side, there is a lift down to the bottom of the entire cargo hold. With the power outage, the lift is designed to automatically lower to the bottom. You will need to be very careful when climbing down the service ladder, as a slip would be fatal.
Minutes of air remaining.
Coming up to the storage bay. The research bay is at the far end. Captain Dredd is not responding, and the life signs don't look normal to me. He may be incapacitated. You will need to power up the terminal in the room, so I can assess what is going on. We're coming up to the storage bay. The research bay is at the far end. Captain Dren is not responding, and the life signs don't look normal to me. He may be incapacitated. You will need to power up the terminal in the room, so I can assess what is going on. Find out what Captain Dren recorded. The terminal is now activated. You need to review the system logs so we can find out what Captain Dren recorded. This does not look promising. The bioscanner has not been deployed recently. Please initiate a room scan, as Captain Dren heading. The terminal is now activated. You need to review the system logs so we can find out what Captain Dren recorded. detected are not human, which means something else is still alive in this room. Please initiate a medium intensity scan immediately and take care to vacate the room to avoid exposure. Okay, the bioscan has determined we do indeed have an exotic life form in this room. Most likely highly hazardous. A high-intensity bioscan should be able to destroy it. You need to do this urgently. This intensity is also lethal for you, so be sure to vacate. The scanner speed is slow to give you time. The high-intensity scan appears to have failed. It detected movement during the scan, indicating the organism exited the room via the ventilation duct. Sorry, Sue, but it is of the highest priority to find it and neutralize it. I will do my best to assist. I have been analyzing the results of the bioscan. The organism is unlike anything we've ever seen, so it's difficult to predict its physiology. One thing I can say is that it was hurt by the scanner, so it definitely has soft tissue and can be injured through blunt force. If you don't have something to kill it with, or anything to stab yourself with, see if you can find any tools back in the storage bay. The engineering crew have tools there for maintaining the forklift. Hello, Sue. This is the Navigator Artificial Intelligence Subsystem. Can you hear me? I have been analyzing the results of the bioscan. The organism is unlike... If you can hear me, please enable the link to the navigation system on the cockpit terminal. Sue, I have been keeping quiet about the engine in order to help you remain focused on first finding Captain Dren and now eradicating the contamination risk. However, I cannot stall any longer. The engine issues continue to exacerbate the trajectory misalignment. We are nearing the point where any adjustment may not be sufficient to adjust our deceleration around the star and avoid planetary collision. We will need to pen the search for the organism and restore the engine to acceptable parameters. I have been analyzing the results of the bioscan. The organism is unlike anything we've ever seen, so it's difficult to predict its physiology. One thing I can say is that it was hurt by the scanner, so it definitely has soft tissue and can be injured through blunt force. If you don't have something to kill it with, or at least defend yourself with, see if you can find any tools back in the storage bay. The engineering crew have tools there for maintaining the forklifts. I have been keeping quiet about the engine in order to help you remain focused on first finding Captain Dren and now eradicating the contamination risk. However, I cannot stall any longer. The engine issues continue to exacerbate the trajectory misalignment. We are nearing the point where any adjustment may not be sufficient to adjust our deceleration around the star and avoid planetary collision. We will need to pen the search for the organism and restore the engine to acceptable parameters. Now in the primary vertical ventilation conduit. This is a quick way to get back to the top of the starboard deck, then head all the way back to the engine bay. Just take extra care, as a fall here would be fatal. And no sign of the organism. The engine bay should be about 100 meters or so in front of you. This duct leads to a small room which opens up into the engine bay. Keep going. settings and get the engine flow and throttle lines correctly. When you have done this, I will immediately initiate the slingshot sequence around the star. We have almost no time left to save the Saya. I have initiated the orbital ejection sequence. As the Saya slows down and slingshots around the star, it will be subject to stresses that will kill any remaining organisms on the ship. But it will also kill you. You need to find the closest cryo chamber and get inside. They have inertial dampeners that are designed to protect you during this sequence. You have only a few minutes to find one. Please hurry. Oh, it would appear we had a mystery passenger. A stowaway. He must have used the spare engine storage cryo chamber. Well, it's yours now. I don't think he made it. There should be a power receptacle here that can temporarily power up the cryo chamber so you can get in. They are self-powered thereafter. Just made it. The Saya is about to slingshot. The slingshot will take approximately 2 weeks, during which time you will be unconscious. By the time you get to the other side, I am not sure whether I will still be active. If not, make your way back to the shuttle you came in and dock manually at the orbital platform. Good luck, Sue. I hope you make it. You have been amazing. I have recorded all your activity in the ship's log. You have saved over 200 lives. I hope there are more lives still to save ahead.
10 minutes of air remaining.
Warning. This airlock can only be opened when the other airlock is closed.
Autopilot docking off. Manual control resumed. Shuttle autopilot has been initiated. Please wait until the shuttle is docked. Please do not touch any flight controls during the procedure. Docking failure. This airlock has failed to respond and has been deactivated. The inertial dampener is triggered. Please take extra caution to avoid collision as these dampeners have limits. Shuttle autopilot has been initiated. Please wait until the shuttle is docked. Please do not touch any flight controls during the procedure. docking failure. This airlock has failed to respond and has been deactivated. Emergency inertial dampeners triggered. Please take extra caution to avoid collision as these dampeners have limits. Emergency inertial dampeners triggered. Please take extra caution to avoid collision as these dampeners have limits. Shuttle autopilot has been initiated. Please wait until the shuttle is docked. Please do not touch any flight controls during the procedure. Shuttle has been docked. Please note airlock docking requires extra vehicular activity. Please ensure your pressure suit is operational. Breakthrough Initiatives Incorporated would like to welcome all colonists and crew to the new orbital platform. Orbital platform level 68. Air pressure has been equalized. You may remove your breathing equipment. Platform level 66. Gravity assist has not been enabled on this deck. Please take care when moving around. Six minutes of air remaining. minutes of air remaining. Gravity assist enabled. 0.8G is established on all decks outside the central shaft.
Engine management. Port. Locked or disabled.
Flight Engineer Lance Blakey, Private Log 1. Thank God I'm awake and alive. It's not that I had any doubts really, but this was the longest cryosleep in history, and everyone was a bit skittish about how much atrophy we'd need to deal with when awakening. But all is well. After a few days I'm finally up and about, and getting used to our daily routine. Those medical AI are quite amazing. Lots of work ahead to prepare for the inbound Sayers in 6 weeks. Flight Engineer Lance Blakey, Private Log 2. They're keeping us very busy. Preparation of the orbital platform has gone well. The Pantolin has been officially named now, and we had a mini celebration here in the lower platform last night to celebrate our milestone. We are 3 weeks away from the first set of Sayers docking. Flight Engineer Lance Blakey, Private Log 4. Oh my God, what a day. The Unmanned Scout ship returned and docked earlier today. Whilst early scans from the surface had indicated some primitive vegetation, we were absolutely not expecting to see an animal attached to the side of the shuttle when it docked. Scanners had not picked it up at all. It's a strange egg-like sac. The egg sac looks very much like that horrifying alien pod from that old sci-fi classic, and so everyone is being very cautious, but only in a half-serious way. For me, I'm staying far away from it. Of course, nothing could have survived the trip, but our scientists are planning to remove and analyze the egg sac and its contents. Our first evidence of extraterrestrial animal life other than basic vegetation. Flight Engineer Lance Blakey, Private Log 5. Okay, so I was right. We are living in a horror movie. That egg sac had 2 living creatures inside. Terrible looking things, just all teeth. A crab with teeth. Onboard scientists are overwhelmed and trying to keep things in order as the entire platform is abuzz with excitement, but also trepidation. If things like this are alive on the surface, we may be in for a hell of a time clearing them away before we can get our intrepid planetary engineers down onto the surface. And that means pressure on our food stock. And of course the crab somehow reproduced, and now we have 4. Flight Engineer Lance Blakey, Private Log 6. Things have escalated rapidly and are completely out of control. Somehow the alien crabs escaped and killed a good number of crew in the night before they were able to be contained. They also seem to be able to survive the vacuum of space since when we ejected them. They attached themselves to the station and then jumped somehow onto the surrounding Sayers that had arrived. How they get into the ships I don't know, but those poor unsuspecting folks still in cryosleep have no idea what's coming. The entire platform is now in lockdown. Flight Engineer Lance Blakey, Private Log 7. This will be my final log from the Pantolin. First Officer Sanders has come up with a plan. A daring plan, but the only way to get out of this mess. We took a vote on it and except for a few it was unanimous. The decision has been made to destroy the orbital platform and all surrounding ships. We cannot risk the infection spreading to the Sayers that are still inbound, and we cannot warn them in advance as the crabs have dismantled our long-range comms array. If they arrive to nothing, they will have no choice but to redirect to the alternate planet, a speculative planet around Alpha Centauri. That's our plan. Destroy the platform and everything within 60 kilometers and take the last uninfected transport shuttle and get the hell away. Only 18 crew remain, so as long as we are stocked up, we can manage by juggling the 6 cryo chambers in the shuttle on yearly rotations. As primary flight engineer, it was my responsibility to figure out the correct parameters to overload the reactor without destroying ourselves at the same time. I have them memorized, but in case I fail the attempt, I have made notes on the overload parameters on the last page of my checklist. Maybe someone else could have better luck.
The local cluster contains 52 stellar systems that lie within 16.3 light-years of the Sun. These systems contain a total of 63 stars, of which 50 are red dwarfs. The closest system to the solar system is Alpha Centauri. This system contains 3 stars, Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B, also called Ryujin Kentaurus A and Ryujin Kentaurus B respectively. A third star further out from the other 2 is called Proxima Centauri. Proxima B has been identified as a potentially habitable planet in the Goldilocks zone, and 24 cryogenic transport vessels have been subsequently dispatched to Proxima B, a trip taking over 40 years. A total of 7,000 colonists, including crew, are en route or have arrived at Proxima b. A number of other planets are thought to exist, but have not been confirmed except one other, Alpha Centauri b, which has been marked for later exploration. 18 cryogenic transport vessels have arrived. 5 cryogenic transport vessels are en route. 1 cryogenic transport vessel is missing. Sire 15 is due to arrive in 4 hours. Sire 17 is due to arrive in 2 days and 7 hours. Sire 22 is due to arrive in. Sire 2, 4, 6, 8 and 9 have disengaged their cryogenic decks and docked with the orbital platform. Sire 3, 5, 7, 10, 12 and 13 have disengaged their cryogenic decks and are ready to dock. Sire 11, 14, 17, 18, 19 and 20 have arrived, but not yet disengaged their cryogenic decks. Sire 21 has just arrived and is positioning. Sire 15, 16, 22, 23 and 24 have not yet arrived in orbit. Warning. Anomalies have been detected on and inside the orbital platform. An updated situational analysis is required. Analysis confirms that all transport vessels docked, waiting to dock, or arriving, have been infected with unknown alien organisms. However, one vessel waiting to dock that was previously infected is no longer infected. Suggested actions: do not approach any infected vessels. Calculate route to alternate destination at astrometrics. Escape orbital platform using the last remaining uninfected transport vessel. Calculating route to alternate planet. Alpha Centauri BB.
is the Psi 7 Navigation AI. How may I assist you?
Greetings, Sir 7. This is the Pantheon Communication AI. I have specific route instructions from the Orbital Platform Navigation AI to relay.
Please submit authentication key.
The authentication key for this transmission is 9345636536563941956713871235908167509834767681337681337562198.
Accepted. You may relay route instructions. Accepted. Route has been uploaded. Sequence will be initiated in 600 seconds.
Channel closed. Channel closed. Psi 7 strongbox has been unlocked. has been neutralized. You may remove your breathing equipment. Orbital platform level 58. Orbital platform level 58.
6 minutes of air remaining. 5 minutes of air remaining. 5 minutes of air remaining. 4 minutes of air remaining. 3 minutes of air remaining. 5 minutes of air remaining. Four minutes of air remaining. Three minutes of air remaining. Two minutes of air remaining. It is time to equip a replacement oxygen tank supply.